Hey guys, it's back with JohnyTechReview. Hope you guys are all doing well. So this is an interesting video for me. I'm going to do this in multiple parts because it's a starting point of a new journey for me. So just a little bit of backdrop from my house. We have been big iOS iPhone users since the beginning of time, right? Since the first iPhone. So currently, for example, I'm using an iPhone 13. This is I guess 3 years old now, 3-4 years old. My kid just got a 16e and my wife is using a 15 Pro. And my work phone is a 11. So again, we have about 6 iPads in the house, from the regular iPad to the Pro 11 to the Pro 13. And then last year I reviewed my first Android tablet. That is a more modern Android tablet. I have a lot of Kindle and older Android tablet. But this one here is a cheap $50 Plimpton, I think it was Android 13 or 14 Android. I was really impressed for how crappy that quality of that spec is. And how good Android was running on that device. Yeah, you can't really play a game on it, but it was decently enough. So anyway, what is this about? I've been looking at the new release and all these reviews from YouTubers on the new Samsung Fold and the Samsung Flip. Of course, I was really interested in the foldable from the previous Huawei Pure X, but of course that phone being in the US and T-Mobile, I'll be limited even if I buy it outright. So Samsung came out with the new Z Flip 7, which is really convincing. And right now there's some really good deals on trade-in. So going away from an iPhone really is not about the software. It's about a hardware experience, because I think software-wise, iOS and Android these days, especially with the modern Android, as I mentioned in the crappy tablet that I have, you know, all my friends have Samsung and Android devices, and you know, I'm not a huge Samsung fan myself, but between the new version that has Android 16 and you know, the 7-year support supposedly, I was interested, and it was not over software. Again, it's about how Samsung and many other Android maker, etc., are making their hardware. I'm interested in flip and foldable phone. Today is July 20. I think July 28 when Samsung will actually officially release their phone. So today I went ahead and purchased a new Samsung Flip phone, the Flip 7. So the Z Flip 7, you know, what's intriguing me about it is just the hardware. Again, I wouldn't care for Samsung UI 8, but everything looks fine. Android is fine these days. I just saw, you know, all these new iPhone leak pictures, and you know, the Neo Air, the thick, whatever it is, and basically it's the same thing. I mean, I've been using iPhone again for over a decade. The phone is roughly remained the same. I really like these 13 actually. I like the shape of these. I don't care for the older round corner like the 6 Plus, etc., or the XR. So I'm pretty happy they came back to this. But my wife having the 15 Pro and my kid's 16e and now the 17 look roughly about the same. And the funny thing about it is I make a joke because she have a case that make it look like a 17 phone with the, you know, with the bar up top. So for me is I think Apple is becoming boring. We know it for many years, but the reason I haven't moved away from it is 3 things, right? I think first of all is the general ecosystem. I use iPad, iPhone, easy to approve my kids, permission app, stuff like that. FaceTime is big for my family. My dad used to use Android a long time ago, but we all switched to Apple, and it's pretty easy to make a FaceTime call. Again, I use other messaging apps, so we can still do that. Not as convenient, I would say. And then iMessage, but I don't use iMessage much, which doesn't really bother me though. But really, the other part I really like is, of course, is Apple Pay. I use Apple Pay everywhere, on my watch, my phone. So that progression is easy. It's going to go into Google Pay or Samsung Pay, so that's not really the issue. So I think the big thing is just FaceTime and a few little minor detail. Instead of just using Android temporarily here and there, I'm really gonna do this. So switch over. So this is the first video. I will let you know when I actually get the phone in about a week or so. My first impression of it, yes, there's plenty of video out there, but this is from my experience using this for many years. And then eventually, probably a month later, a review to see how I feel about it. And then, okay, let's see in a few months, do I switch back or what? Let's see how inconvenient this is for me, but I really am hopeful because of the new design, and also the cameras and stuff is really good generally, so not gonna be a problem. And of course, this phone being old, battery is really bad, so I'm excited getting a new phone that has really all-day battery, so that's gonna be interesting. So you guys stay tuned. Let me know if you have any question and anything you want me to take a look and focus on when I do my unboxing, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you.